Yeah, old school. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, this ain't for everybody. Some of y'all need to hear this. I know you're in the trenches fighting, but check it out. I'm gonna put it down like this so I can help you saints understand. Everything you're going through is all part of the master plan. Or what? You thought cause you got saved everything was gonna be peaches and cream? You better wake up, son. Don't nothing come to a sleeper but a dream. Faith without works is dead. Read your Bible, you know what it says. He who don't work don't eat. Slackers don't get fed. Yeah, Jesus said he who puts his hands to the plow looks back the same ain't fit. Some of y'all ain't been in the trenches 5 minutes and you about ready to quit. I ain't mad at ya, I'm just hitting you with the real. If you died for me and I was still tripping, now how you think that make you feel? Check this out, deep game, this here's deep. Some of y'all ain't sawing nothing but you started trying to reach. But unto him who is able to possess your fathers by his glory. Struggles might be part of your testimony, but it ain't the end of the story. Now the point is since was prophesied way back in the day. Choir, sing your hook right here and see if the church can relate.
I know we can make it. I know good and well. I can work it out. Work it out. Work it out. Yeah, he'll work it out. I know we can make it. We can make it. I know good and well. I can work it out. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Yeah.
Thinking not strange, the fiery trials were to try you. You say, why you? But your church say, what would Jesus do? Why you asking if he ain't trying to do what he's saying? He told you he was going to have tribulations, but you thought he was playing. 1 minute you're telling how good God is and can't nobody beat your talk. The next minute you're backsliding so fast, look like you're moonwalking. Oh yeah, I'm preaching to myself because I ain't no better. It ain't like I've been following his every word, obeying it to the letter. So we soldiers, we got to remember that. Regroup, stay on point. Yeah, bow down, confess, repent, stay humble, let him anoint. It ain't easy as I thought it was. I'd be lying if I told you that. But it's showing up getting better all the time. Trust me, that's a fact. Ain't nothing we going through that can't be handled. God put that on his son. Like they say, you can shout now if you want to, cause the battle's already won. So while you're going through the valley, don't even trip. You're gonna be on top. Choir, sing the hook line one more again. This time you don't stop.
I know we can make it. We can make it. I know good and well.
Yeah, we're gonna pump the brakes right there, everybody. What's up? What's up? Welcome to the show. It's your host, Lamont Patterson. This is I Am ND. And you guys know what the day it is. Today is hump day. You know, we made it this far with Big Boy's help upstairs. You know, it's my belief and hope it is yours. You know, we're going to be able to make it the rest of the way because there's a whole bunch of ish going on out there right now. You know, every day you hear something that you didn't hear before. I mean, in your entire life. You know what I mean? Every day is a new day, you know. So we just got to stay positive and hope there'll be some change coming, as they say. Well, as usual, we got a fantastic show lined up for you. Got Mr. Billy Ray Rock that's going to be joining us in 1 second. A matter of fact, let me see if he's in the building, you know, because some of our stars, you know, they be circling the airport in their private jets and stuff, so it takes them a minute. Billy Ray, are you with us?
I'm right here, brother. How you doing, my man?
I am fantastic today. One of those days I can honestly say I'm too blessed to be stressed. How are you doing? You being safe?
I'm being safe, man. Being safe. You know, got to keep your spirits up, man. You know, just got to smile through it all, brother. You know, you can't just, you know, you got to keep your eyes open, but you got to keep smiling. You know what I'm saying?
You got to do that. Other than that, you're gonna be sitting around writing blues every day.
No doubt about it.
Well, everybody, we got Mr. Billy Ray Rock joining us, an African-American rock artist. And if you guys follow the genre, you know, with guys such as Lenny Kravitz, you know, Jimi Hendrix, you know, just to name a few. I mean, we really don't have that many that we can just reach back out and say this is our very own. So I definitely want to say, Billy Ray, it's a pleasure having you on the show, and I definitely want to get into how has it been for you since it's not that many of you.
Well, you know, man, it's kind of funny because I found that in rock, it's very much in some areas of the country, it's a good old boys club, you know. And right. What I mean by that, brother, I mean a lot of rock bands out there, you know, they don't mind having a brother in the band, you know. Like, that's not a problem. If you got skills, just about any rock band out there will have you. But ask one of them to let you be the lead front man, and that's when everybody starts choking on their coffee. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was kind of hard because I'm about being a front man. Of course, I play bass guitar and about 11 other instruments, but I'm trying to be a front man, and there was a lot of bands that just wouldn't have no part of it. Everybody had a different reason, of course, you know. They're like, oh, you don't really got our sound, or you know, we don't really know if you live close enough to be able to rehearse as much as we like to, or one band actually told me, you're too flashy on stage. You attract too much attention. And I thought, excuse me, ain't we a band? Aren't we supposed to get people's attention? I said, well, we don't want that much attention. So, you know, it's one of those things, man. But that's why I'm a solo artist, man. They got to deal with that nonsense.
Yeah. Hey, look, it's all right you be part of the band. They just don't want you to be the band.
Pretty much, yeah, you know.
But actually, I know you turn that into some premium gas in your gas tank, stuff like that. All it does is motivate you and make you actually be all that you can be, really.
Oh, hell yeah, man. I mean, you know, look, I grew up listening to rock music, man. You know, way back in the day, you know, I grew up in the country, man. We didn't have no 40 different stations to hear. We had one station. And you had to go through America and the Moody Blues and you know, and those types of things to get to an Ohio Players song. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you had to wait it out. But you know, when I started coming of age, and there's folks out there like Prince and cats like that, man, that was doing rock, and I was like, man, you know, I wanted to rock. They was doing rock funk, and when I thought about it, brother, I mean, every badass long version of every funk tune has a kick-ass rock guitar solo. If you go back in the history of R&B, from the Knee Deep, the extended version, Funkadelic, the extended version, you go to Slave, Slide, all those types of tracks, man, they got rock guitar solos no matter where you look, you know. Michael Jackson's Heartbreak Hotel's got a rock guitar solo. If you go right down the list.
Didn't he have a rock in, was that Dirty Diana too?
Oh, he sure did, you know. He had one in there. So, I mean, there's rock guitars peppered all over any credible funk, R&B, dance song. And so, for me, you know, the foundation was laid out. You know, it was just a question of, you know, am I brave enough to jump into the rock lane? And, you know, look, I jump into it, man. I do my songs and get out. But I'm not trying to do a bunch of rock and roll where people are screaming at each other and tearing up, throwing TVs out the window and that kind of stuff, man. You know, I'm more into more of a rhythmic kind of melodic rock. Like my next single that we're releasing is called "I'm Bringing Rock Back," which is kind of it's like a rock groove. But it's definitely, you know, something that people can kind of digest, you know.
Right. So, Billy Ray, I understand when I was reading some of your stuff that you're originally out of Texas.
Yeah, man. You know, I'm from Mount Pleasant, Texas, man, a little town about an hour outside of Dallas. And family grew up there, man.
I'm only laughing, Billy. Billy, I'm laughing because you're from Mount Pleasant, a little ways out of Dallas. I'm from Bonham, a little ways out of Dallas.
Oh, man.
and I'm laughing because my choices for my parents to bring me to California, we had three. Either you played music, played sports, or picked cotton. So, of course, I ended up out here with the music, but you know what I mean? But I did try to pick cotton. But I'm just wondering, because down there in the little country that you represented, that you said little country town, I mean, like, is that where all you had the chance to really focus and really get your hunger for the music? I guess that's where I'm going with this question.
Well, no, man. What happened was we moved away from there when I was just knee-high and just a little boy. Most of my music thirst and focus came after I got to California. So my family, like you, moved out to Cali. And I had a brother, he's still alive, you know, my brother Freddie, who was a horn player, we had an old house, and he was in a room behind in my room, and he was always practicing his sax all the time, and it annoyed the hell out of me. Like I couldn't take a nap, couldn't think, and I thought it was the dumbest damn thing I'd ever heard of. And then one day I was at school, and the band he was playing with played during lunchtime at my junior high school. And I got to tell you, man, every pissant girl I even thought I like ran to the stage and lost their mind. And I was like, man, I got to learn this music thing, brother. There's just something. There's obviously something I'm missing here.
Listen. How come was that so many of our motivations back then?
Well, I'm telling you, man, half the stuff as men we do in life is to catch a woman. And then when you got one, after you figured out how you can maybe keep her around, then it just becomes a question of, okay, I got to make sure I get my nickels right and get my bank right. That way I can live a life with this woman I worked hard to catch. But, yeah, so much of what I did as an adolescent revolved around catching a girl,
It is so funny. I'm laughing, man. This is so funny. This is killing me because I stopped playing a saxophone to pick up a microphone because back then, we had Maceo, we had Sonny Rollins, but we didn't have no Kenny G's, so the horn players wasn't really getting no love till later on. You know what I mean? So I put down the horn to get a microphone. I grabbed a microphone for the exact same reason.
Oh, man, absolutely. Well, it's funny because I did that same progression. I was like, my brother played the horn, so I learned how to play the sax. And then, first I started on the clarinet because I don't want to be acting like I was copying my brother. So then I went from the clarinet to the trumpet to the sax. Then I picked up the bass guitar because the bass guitar, they look like they're having a lot of fun. The guitar and the bass, all the ladies were staring at them. And I just worked my way to the front of the stage, and next thing you know, much like you, man, I go, give me that mic, man. This is where all the action is.
Yep. That same little feeling, boy, walking in high school, walking across campus, boy, chest stuck out, boy, and all the little girls. That was the guy that was singing. Oh, man, I think I was hooked from that point forward, Plus, I was already taking my music classes, already singing in choir. Already singing in church every weekend, so it was kind of like already there anyway.
Yep. No doubt about it, man.
Billy, you're a multi-instrumentalist, so first of all, name all the instruments you play, and then I'm going to ask you which is your favorite, if there's such a thing.
Well, I play the drums, the sax. I play the alto sax, tenor sax, soprano sax. I play a little flute. Trumpet, play a little violin, piano. I play cello. I play the timbales. I don't know if I left anything out, but that's about it.
And in your production, we're gonna get to your music here in a second to play something for our listeners. You produced and played all the instruments on your music?
I produced and played all the instruments, man. I've got a couple of songs that I brought from people in. There's a song I did called Time Keeps On. I brought in a good friend of mine named Christopher Holmes. He did the guitar solo on that. On the Get the Funk, which is the hit out now, my brother did the sax solo on it. I did there's some trumpets in there that I did to mix in with a sax. I mean, the song. I do all the production myself, man. I used to. It's funny, man, because when you're in a live band, it's like it's like marrying to a dysfunctional family, and you're constantly having to deal with everybody else's headaches just to accomplish anything. And so when technology got to a point where I could make music and not have to rely on, the drummer having a baby mama drama or the other guitar player picked up a little drug habit and all these kind of things, man. I started making my own music, That way I could just worry about me. It's a little frustrating because, before the pandemic, whenever I had a gig I got to go do, especially when it's rock, it's a rock venue, well, they're wondering if I got a band. I'm like, no, I ain't got no band, man. It's just me. So to them, it feels like some kind of high-tech, like a guy's going to show up with a keyboard and be a one-man band, and they want like a live band. So it can be kind of a stressful kind of thing. I mean, they were talking about doing some gigs over in South Africa because the Get the Funk song is so popular. I got some calls from some promoters and whatnot. But, with this pandemic, but even if the pandemic wasn't happening, for me, I'm not, it'll take a minute before I'm motivated to put together a live band to get over there and do this thing, But
yeah, you almost have to be a psychiatrist dealing with all the egos, personalities.
Oh, pretty much, yeah.
The baby drama and everything else that comes along with that, and all like the egos is what used to kill me. You know what I mean? It's just all of that, And I definitely applaud the groups that are still out there today. That's been out there, been there together for 20, 30 years. I guess.
Oh, it's amazing. I saw Confunction at the county fair a couple of years ago, and same guys, Michael Cooper, all those guys, and I was just in awe. I thought, man, the fact that y'all can stick around each other for this long,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it sounded good and all that, but just the idea that and I'm sure they all they like each other and all that. But money can be a motivator, brother. Money,
Yes. Yes.
Definitely that. So that's
So how do you feel about this technology in this business? Do you think it's been helpful, or do you think it's been a negative thing? Because I know by you being able to produce and play your own stuff, you don't need as many people as you once did, have to have each individual person come in and play their parts. So do you feel like it's been helpful, or do you not?
Well, I hate to be in the middle of the road, but it's been oh my God. I think it's not been helpful more than it's been helpful. And I'll explain to you what I mean, man. The helpful part is it allows folks like me to put music together. It's great, and I don't have to get four of my friends and deal with the stress that we talked about. It's not helpful in many other ways. For example, man, it's not helpful, like this auto-tune has got everybody thinking they could sing, okay? And it's got rappers thinking they can sing. It's got people who aren't even rappers thinking they can sing. And so in that regard, that's one way. The other way it's not helpful. It used to be if you were a DJ, all you did was play music, that was it. Now, you got DJs getting nominated for best performance for a Grammy. And by my book is, if you're not singing or if your voice isn't on a song, you didn't perform. You may have produced it, but you did not perform. And I think this technology has got people into that space, where you don't really have to have much talent to get anything. And the other way I think it's hurt is it's too many. I mean, it's just an onslaught of everybody's got a song, and it's too many people out there with too much music, and because of that, the people who have music that's really good don't get heard. The bad ones drown out the good ones. Okay? So, I mean, those are a couple of ways I think that it's hurt more than it's helped. Now, the progression of laws has hurt, too, in radio. When they made it so Clear Channel, a lot of these big cats can buy up all the little stations, it's made it harder because now if you're somebody with a great song, you can't go to your local mom and pop radio station and go, hey, I got a great song. Can you listen to it? And you can't have them love it and say, this is a great song, and call their buddy in the next town over and go, hey, man, I got this song you got to hear. And then they call a buddy in their next town over, and, a couple of months of that, next thing you know, you got a hit. Like, that doesn't happen now. Because when you go to the local radio station with your song, that radio station says, oh, I'm sorry, we're a satellite, and we're part of the XYZ network. And so if you want something to get airplay, you got to contact our corporate office in Atlanta. Well, that corporate office in Atlanta is beholden to major labels who've got their own kind of, itinerary of artists they're trying to break to the public. So if you're a little guy, you almost got no way to get out there. Now, you can go through TikTok memes and YouTube and those types of things, but that's even getting harder because everybody, of course, is loading their songs on there. You know what I mean? So unless you're going to drop, a couple of grand in the internet promotions or something, you ain't going nowhere. So if you're a guy that's broke that's got a great song, well, it sucks to be you. And that's kind of how it is right now, And I'm one of the fortunate few. I got a great representation in MTS management and some different people on my side, man, but I've been that nobody before. And it sucks, brother. It ain't fun.
Well, no doubt, because definitely, I look at it on the industry side where, there was a time where the A&R people actually went out to hear a band or hear an artist play.
Oh, absolutely.
Nowadays, it's all about going online and looking at, their views, their likes, their hits, so on and so forth. And then if you're standing up that way, then they'll give you an opportunity. But what about all the great artists and the great singers and musicians that don't get that opportunity because they don't have, that team in place?
Absolutely. And that's the thing, man. I mean, you get like I remember, much like you, when A&R help you out. Now, I think a situation now where, because I remember I was a kid and you went to the record store and, if you did a record, and you went to a record store, you would go, I never did this. I was too young. My brother used to have their song on sale at the local record store. And I remember sitting there thinking, man, you guys are going to be famous, And I thought to myself, man, this is kind of cool. They had like a little 45 record that they were able to get the record store to carry. Well, the idea back when I was growing up was if you can get your stuff in record stores all over, you made it. That was it. You could start figuring out what mansion you're going to move into or whatever. Well, nowadays, you can do that and still not get anywhere. I mean, you can have a song out, and it can be available everywhere anybody want to look to find it. Now the big deal is, can you get your song to mainstream radio? Terrestrial radio. I get a lot of phone calls from people all the time. They go, man, we want to be promoters. Hey, we want to get your song on the radio. And I got to stop them, and I go, well, what radio are you talking about? Internet radio? What kind of radio? And they'll say, well, I got an internet radio station, and I got 62 listeners. And I want to play your song, and I tell them, well, play it. That's 62 more than I had before you called. But the fact of the matter is, the only stations that really matter are the ones that report to Billboard magazine.
Right.
Because those are the stations that are, because you want to, my thing is you want to be able to hear your music. You want people to hear your music when they're sitting up at their job typing or in rush hour traffic getting home. And it's got to be out there in that way, and that's the only way you're going to get the exposure to set up legitimate tours and whatnot. I guess my point is, if you're an artist out there, it is really hard to go from nothing to something, nowadays, because of that. Because A&R now and radio record labels are really just, other than their contact with mainstream radio, they can't really do nothing for you that you can't do for yourself. They could probably help you pay for, like, a music video, but they're going to want that money back as soon as you sell some units. They might, there's a lot of things they might be able to do for you, man, but it's not like it used to be. You got signed with a record label, you could throw your hands up, go on there. Let me know who's my assistant and how do we do this. You know,
right?
Now, man, you got to be the social media manager. You got to do it all, brother.
And don't forget, Billy, back in the day too, the record label's actually the bank, and a lot of artists didn't realize that, and they ended up in situations because they were getting these advances, and they'd go out and blow these advances on tennis shoes, and then when it got come time to recoup, the label start recouping the money, then the artist have a problem because he forgot about all his tennis shoes he paid $500 a pair for.
That is exactly true, brother. That cannot be forgotten in this, and you know that ain't nothing free. And you know, back in the day, they used to act like it was free until it wasn't. You know, so yeah, no, you're right there, man. You know, it's like I said, I take mostly umbrage with the fact that when you're coming up as an artist, the time that you are allowed to just think about being an artist has gotten more difficult through the years, you know? I mean, you got to be a social media manager. Look, I'm lucky. I say lucky because I spent a lot of years doing this, but I'm lucky in that I can make my own music, you know? If not, I'd have to go buy beats off the internet or some crap, you know? Like, and if I didn't know which ones to buy, then I guess I'm just ass out of luck. You know, but you got to be your own producer. You got to be your own social media manager. And if you're going to get booked somewhere, guess what? You got to pick up your own damn phone and call the venue. And God help you if you tell them you're the artist. All of a sudden, you ain't shit. You ain't nothing. You know?
Absolutely. Because
you know
they looking at like if you're making these phone calls yourself, that's basically telling them that you haven't arrived yet.
That's exactly true. You call Bob's Lounge and nightclub up and say, hey, look here, man. My name is Billy Ray Rock, and I got a single that's doing really well, man. I got X number of followers on my social media, and I would really love to come over and do a show for you guys. And I tell you what they'd say. The first thing they'd say is, Billy Ray who? Oh, Billy Ray Rock. I go, okay. So look here, man. Let me give you an email address. Send your press packet. And if we're interested, we'll give you a call back. But if I call that same club and said, I'm JJ Entertainment, and I represent international recording artist Billy Ray Rock, and he's coming through your area, and I want to know if you guys be included in a tour stop for him. And they're going to go, Billy Ray who? Billy Ray Rock. He's going to be coming through your area, and he's got XYZ followers. Now, I know that that's not impressive, but I can tell you this. He's got the number 2 song on iTunes, and he's got this song and that song and the other song. And he just finished opening up for Lenny Kravitz. And so you guys want to do this or not? And the next question out of my mouth is, what kind of money are you looking for? You know, so, and now you're doing the negotiating. And he doesn't want travel, does he? What else does he want? Does he want drinks? How many is in his band? And what night was this? Let me check and see if I got it available. I mean, it's a different story when you're not the artist calling, man. You know, and so I mean, it's hard, you know, but it's not impossible. You know, that's why I laugh at some of these guys that say, when they say, hey, man, you got to be honest. You got to do it the right way. You got to do it the honest way. Bullshit. You know, the time to be honest is when you get to the top of the mountain. Because now you ain't got no reason to lie.
Well, the thing
you're trying to get
really have to...
there, and come on now.
They just have to understand this is the music business, and it's not the music play. And I tell all of that all the time. This is the music business. It's not the music play. And you have to decide why are you into this business? Are you in this business to make music for yourself, or are you trying to eat? There's a difference.
That's exactly true. So I mean, I try to look when I talk to people. I don't want people getting the wrong idea, man. When I talk to people, well, first I don't call anybody anymore. I got a manager that does that. But you know, when I did talk to people before I got manager, and I would call and set up gigs, you know, I'd give them part of my name. So you got listeners out there that's doing music; they can take some notes. So my name is Billy Ray. They say, "Who am I speaking to?" And I tell them, "You're speaking to Ray." You know, or you're talking to B. And then they say, "Well, who you calling from?" And I make up a company. I'm calling for Bob BB Entertainment, and I represent Billy Ray Rock. This is B, and this is what's going on with him. And I talked to him. I got a gig. You know, I stuck an ad out there for a tour manager. I remember I had one ad up that said, it's a tour manager ad. It said, "You want to get laid?" And then underneath it would say, "Become a tour manager. Email me for details." So they shoot me an email. And they say, "Yeah, man, what's this? I want to get laid stuff." They go, "I'm looking for a tour manager. And if you could do this, man, there's plenty of women out there."
Wow, that's something.
So,
hey, well,
I got them lined up, ready to go.
We're going to play some of your music, Billy, for our listeners, because they probably saying, "What these guys talking about? We ain't heard no music yet." But everybody, look, if you just joined us, we chatting it up with Billy Ray Rock right here on I Am Indie. If you'd like to join the conversation, ask Billy Ray a question or whatever, whatnot, just press number 1 on your phone and let us know that that's what you want to do. Other than that, sit back and put your ears on some of this. Billy, we got a few songs. What you want to put on them first? Time, Keep On, Don't Be Afraid, Dance With Me, Sunglass at the Night. We're going to leave Get the Funk for the last one, if that's all right with you.
Okay. Let's do Time, Keep On, man, since I was just talking about that.
All right, everybody. This is Billy Ray with Time, Keep On. Let the windows down, turn the air conditioner up, and put your ears on this.
Okay, your girl Miss Dramaganza, check. Lip gloss, check. Mascara, check. I am Indie with the homie K Diddy, check. You listening to Blog Talk Radio, baby, and I love you for it. Mwah.
Yeah, we back in the building with our guest today, Billy Ray Rock. Question for you, Billy. Your writing, when you do your songs, are you writing from some scenario, experience, something where you went through, or you just hear a melody and then you start writing that way?
I tend to be a mood writer, man. I follow a lot of what Michael Jackson said in an interview years ago. He said that you got to let the song write itself. And so what I do, man, is I write typically for the mood that I'm in. What I did, Time Keep On, I was in a real somber kind of reflectionary kind of a mood, and then just started, writing from there. So yeah, it's one of those kind of things for me, man.
Yeah, well, I guess that's actually what ended up resonating with the listeners when you do write from the mood or the feeling, because somebody else somewhere having a similar feeling, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I figured that if I feel a certain way, there's other people out there probably feel the same way, But, I mean, when I write songs, the worst thing you could do as a songwriter, honestly, I believe, is worry about how many people are going to identify with it and try to understand that no matter what it is that you're writing about, there's somebody out there that's just like you, Like I often hear people say, for example, my family is crazy, we should have our own reality show. And what I always try to say to people is that as crazy as you think your family is, there's other families out there just like them. And they're not any more or less entertaining than you are. You think you're special, you're not. There's a lot of people out there just like you, And I feel that way when it comes to writing songs. No matter what song I write, there's people out there that's going through the same things and having the same thoughts that I'm thinking. Like, I listen to some of those old Phil Collins songs, like specifically the one, That's All, And, man, I feel like he was following me around when he wrote that song, And there's many other songs like that. Hello, Lionel Richie is another classic that, I was like, man, I've been there with the girl. Like, I can go on and on with these different songs. So when I write songs, I think to myself, well, somebody is out there going, man, this guy has really captured what I'm thinking right now,
Yes, that is so true. People definitely have their favorite songs, too, that take them back to a point in time in their life when they was going through whatever experience they may be going through at that time. And
absolutely.
That's their song. So what about Dance With Me, Billy?
Well, I did Dance With Me, man. I just did a couple other rock songs, and I was really wanting to just do like an easy-going kind of a dance groove song. And so I put the groove together. But then after I did it, a lot of my songs, the titles are kind of an homage to the 80s. For example, Dance With Me is the title song, or the title of a song for one of my, musical heroes, Rick James. And he had an album called Throwing Down, and Dance With Me was a song off of there. Now, Dance With Me don't sound nothing like Rick James, but I got the title from it. And since I figured, well, I'm going to go on into the 80s, let me do a couple of, references. And, of course, I threw the Red, Red Wine part at the end is from the 80s group, and it was just kind of a throwback, just kind of a groove. I love doing it, man. The video was a lot of fun to do. I think the video won an award of some sort. I have a hard time keeping track sometimes because I get so many. Yeah, the video to Dance With Me won an award, and so I try to, do stuff. I try not to be too obvious with these songs that I do, and certainly with Dance With Me was one of them songs that after I did it, I thought to myself, after I did it, I thought to myself, I don't know if people are going to like this or hate it. And as it turns out, I'm fond of it. So it worked out.
Okay, well, we're going to let them put their ears on this one. Everybody, this is Billy Ray with Dance With Me. And you know the drill. Let the windows down, turn the air conditioner up, and put your ears on this. It's Mr. Billy Ray Rock with Dance With Me.
What's up?
Billy Ray, what you doing?
Let's do this. Now watch real closely. When I dip, you dip. Do you wanna dance? Dance with me. Do you wanna dance? Come with me. Do you wanna dance? It's space and time. You can't let it between us. I got drinks that'll feed us. A 420 for the quick buzz. Don't think about what it was. I could have been for you, pass it up. It's getting late, I'm your best option. Back kick, but I'm not. Do you wanna dance? Dance with me. Do you wanna dance? Come with me. Do you wanna dance? 2 drinks, my place, outside. Don't hate, let's go. I dip, I grind, you stay. Country boy like me, don't care what race you think. I'm sick, this curve, I make you wanna stay. When I'm trying to make a deal, but you on blocking me, stop me when I'm trying to get you out of here. Bitch, you give us my palm bottles, looking hot butter first to the dance floor, show you how. Do you wanna dance? Dance with me. Do you wanna dance? Come with me. Do you wanna dance? Dance with me. Do you wanna dance? Come with me. Do you wanna dance? Yeah, we back with Billy Ray Rock in the building, and that was Dance With Me. I like that groove, Billy. Matter of fact, man, tell Rick James to pay me the money he owed me.
I don't owe you any money. You think I owe you money?
That boy got
to give it to you with his black ass.
Yeah, boy. He left out of me with a debt not paid, but it's all good, though. He gave me a lesson. You know, they say the lessons you pay for are the ones you remember.
Ain't that the truth? Hey, by the way, man, I just looked it up. Dance With Me won the best video at the Couch Film Festival for the fall of 2020.
All right. Congratulations.
That was a video.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, best music video, man. I was trying to find out what the hell did it win. But, yeah, man, so I'm glad you dig it, man. Yeah, I love that song. It's good stuff.
Yeah, definitely good stuff, man. Is that on your new album?
Yes, it is, man. Dance With Me is on there. Time Keeps On. And just all of them. Don't Be Afraid, all of them.
Okay, well, you said everything but the title of the album.
Bad News. Bad News.
Yeah,
Bad News.
I just wanted you to get the title of the album out there so they can definitely go out.
Well, absolutely, man. No, it's called Bad News, and I named it Bad News, the album, man, because I felt like, when I was trying to get up, get some attention, get some people to pay attention to what I was doing, I felt like everywhere I looked, it was bad news. Constant reject letters. Some of these management companies act like they ain't got time for me. Oh, I'm sorry, we're not taking on any clients. Oh, I'm sorry, we just, you're not really what we're looking for to add to our roster. Everybody had some kind of something that they want to say. But
yeah. I had mentioned once on one of my last shows not too long ago that I find out the problem is a lot of these people that are decision makers and those type places don't really come from music, man. They come from business, so they were grandfathered into the company, but they're not musicians, they're not singers. They actually really know very little, should I say, about the music.
That's very true, man. And you know what I don't like about that, you having said that, is that, back in the day, people would actually believe in somebody, and whatever happened to that. You get people out there now that don't got a background in music, much like what you just said, and they're just numbers people. Exactly. And they don't believe in people the way people used to. Nowadays, I had one guy tell me, he said, I want you to get back to me when you've gone platinum, and we might be able to talk. And I thought, when I've gone platinum,
what?
Yeah, if I go platinum, I won't need to talk to you. So, it's amazing to me. Everybody wants, what's that old story? Nobody wants to go to get the ingredients, but everybody wants to eat the bread,
Right.
So, that's,
Well, this business, I can tell everybody and every artist out there, listen, this business is not really meant for everybody. You definitely got to know what you're doing, why you're doing, and keep your head to the sky, because everybody's not going to like what you're doing, and everybody's not going to dislike what you're doing.
That's very true, man. And, you just got to enjoy doing it. I love what I do, man. I love making music. Like, my next single is going to be I'm bringing rock back. And I'm in the middle right now doing a remix where I'm going to throw just a kick-ass rock guitar solo on it and just do some things to it, man. I just enjoy doing it, man. I just did a video, the final draft to the full-length video of that song. I got another song called "Walk the Walk" that's going to be dropping. I love doing what I'm doing. Look, I feel like this, man. People get into music for one or two reasons. They either get in it for the money or love of the game. That's it. Now,
I want to pick cotton.
Exactly, which can be a combination of both. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
If you love when a guy tries to get up into music, it's music or love of the game. I'm sorry, I say music or love of the game. It's either love of the game or money. Okay, those are your two reasons. Okay, now I'm in this for love of the game. Now ain't nobody like doing it for free, so I guess you could say money too. But when you get into it, you get in it for both. But once you get to where you got millions of dollars, now you're not in it for the money anymore. Now you're in it because of the love of the game, And the love of the game, what I mean by that, autographs. For some people, that means girls. Other people, it just means attention. It means prestige. It means when you're out the mall, everybody gather around, you want to do selfies, that kind of thing. So everybody has their own definition of love of the game. But money is what it is. And so I feel like when I do this, man, I do it because the love of the game. If you're a musician and you do this, it's because you love doing it. You don't want to do it for free, obviously, but the reason why you do it, what drives you, is the fact you love creating. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about it,
I love the fact that knowing when my life is over, I did something more than stepping on ants every day.
Absolutely. No question about it, brother.
Yeah, they can play my music 100 years, 1,000 years after I'm gone and know that my life did something.
No
yes, sir.
question
Listen,
about it.
we're going to try to sneak some more of your music in here, Billy. You know, the time is always flying when you're having fun with somebody, man, and I want to get the rest of these songs in here. Let me see. Sunglasses at Night. And then we're going to hit
Sunglasses at Night, I'm going to tell you what I love about that song. I was able to accomplish a few things on this song that very few people have been able to do. And I'll tell you what they are. I was able to accomplish putting together a dance song, okay, with R&B vocals, okay, but also I got some, if you understand trap music, I got some trap beats in it. And then on top of all of that, I was able to infuse some truly old school references. And on top of all of that, I was able to talk on the song. It was really difficult to talk on a song now until I have it work. Nobody really does that anymore, where you're actually talking. I think the last song that I've seen somebody talk on successfully is there's an old Parliament song, "Make my punk funk a P-funk, I want to get funked up," where George Clinton, I think it is doing a bunch of talking. It's incredibly difficult to talk on a song and keep people's attention, and not so much just on any song, on a dance song, where you're not rapping, you're just talking. You're not screaming. So the fact that I was able to pull all those off in 3.5 minutes, for me, was an accomplishment, and I'm extremely proud of that song. And, you know, you can play this at any college or anywhere. If you're not dancing, something's wrong with you.
Yeah, we definitely got some references. You mentioned Parliament Funkadelic and George Clinton. We got a new record coming out of one of his guys, like Gene Poo Poo Man, that was with George for 28 years. We got a new record coming out on him at the end of the week. But, yeah, those are my friends. So you definitely got some good references there. But everybody, this is Billy Ray right here, Sunglasses at Night, y'all. So put your ears on this one.
A lot of people here. I wish they would turn the lights down a little bit. That way with my sunglasses on, I can see real well. I wear my sunglasses at night. I can see in the dark with no light. Like a dog I bark, but I bite. Come on and take this ride. Sunglasses in the dark, I'm seeing you. Doing shots to the mouth, that's the way I know. I'm that cool. Can't get enough, cause I'm no fool. I'll come from the top, top of you again now. I'm that dude. That man like me, swinging that swag, fix it down. Put your lips on these squeeze, looking up, turn around, make it back. You think I can't see, Versace, I ain't playing now. Bringing that heat, play the dirty stuff, yeah, I think it's time. What time is it? Somebody turn the lights down so I can see. I said make the lights darker so I can see. Now give me my sunglasses. Check this out. Oh, I'm cool. Somebody give me a mirror. Yo, Morris, what time is it? Somebody give me a mirror. Chop it out. Chop it out. Chop it out. Woo!
I'm coming from the top, top of you to get loud on the dude. I wear my sunglasses, dark, dark, with a black sunglasses, dark, dark, at night. Sunglasses, dark, with a black sunglasses, dark, at night. Drunk up in the dark, I'm seeing you. Doing shots in the night, that's the way I move. I'm that cool. Can't get enough 'cause I'm no screw. I'm coming from the top, top of you to get loud. I'm that dude. I wear my sunglasses, dark, with a black sunglasses, dark, at night. Sunglasses, dark, with a black sunglasses, dark, at night.
All right. Sunglasses at night. This is really Billy Ray Rock in the building. Yeah, that was another hot one, Billy. Listen, we're gonna run on to get the funk. We're gonna run on to get the funk in because we definitely want to get that one in.
Absolutely, man. No, I love.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say the idea to get the funk. Get the funk's an interesting song, man. Basically, that song kind of came up by accident. You know, I was putting my album together, and it dawned on me I hadn't done any music or any songs. So my brother, who plays sax, was the reason why I even gotten into music. So I thought to myself, I'm going to put a song together where he can do something on. I put the song together, and the thing is, he's real deep into his faith, and so I wanted to make sure, I don't do any cussing and swearing on my songs anyways, but I wanted to make sure that I didn't get into a bunch, smoking weed and those types of things on the song.
Right.
So I said, well, what I need to do then, if I'm going to do a song with him on it, I need to do some old school funk. Just some gritty, old school, mud bone, Ike and Tina Turner funk, if you will. And so I basically came up with the song. Now, little did I know that my brother had a stroke not that long ago. He's still alive, but he had a stroke some time ago. And so his whole skill set on the sax has diminished, but he still plays. So I called him up and said, look, this is what's going on. I'd feel like an honor if you could just be on this. And he lives, 1,000 or so miles away from me, which is another challenge. So I had to do the song, send it to him, outline the part where the solo would happen, have him send it back. A lot of back and forth, but we were able to put it together. And then, of course, once we got the song together, it came time to put the video together. So now I can't get on a plane. The whole pandemic thing's going on. So we have to green screen them in. It's just a journey putting this whole thing together. And it all gets put together, and now all of a sudden I hear that it's the number 2 song in R&B charts in the iTunes out there in South Africa, and it's like number 3 in the UK, and it's having all kinds of success. People are loving the hell out of that song, and I love it myself, and I think it's a solid track. I love singing it, and I felt very lucky to have gotten them on there, before. While people are still alive, ain't nobody getting no younger,
That's for sure. Everybody, you know the drill. Let the windows down, turn the air conditioner up, and put your ear on this. Mr. Billy Ray Rock, get the funk.
Woo! Get the funk. What you talking about, man? You gotta give it up. You think about get the funk. Then you gotta give it up. Get the funk. You gotta give it up. Get the funk. You gotta give it up. Ain't nothing but a party. We don't need the police. We ain't smoking that naughty, but you can kiss on me. Take it back to the old school. Before pills and meth. We're gonna turn it to a block party, and we about to get lit. You don't know about Cameo, consumption, James Brown. Then you can tell me who Roger is, the Rick James throwing down. Every time Yeah, talking about, man. Throw it back like my.
We don't care cause we be here to do this, just let me be clear. If you wanna dance, somebody show these feelings. Big bro, can you give 'em some phone now? Ready? Give 'em a little bit to it.
Let's go. First take that old school part right there, bro. Get it, yeah. People got nothing to lose. Yeah. Showing up late by the 1:45 in the VIP. We the who's who's. You ain't a part of this clique, don't cruise through. Let's go out to Roscoe's chicken spot. You can ask somebody about the funk we got. It's like Bruno Mars meets Billy Ray Rock. I can take you back when Slay was hot, when Parliament first album dropped, when Knee Deep built the dance floor, Earth, Wind and Fire, make the people stand up. If you feel it, throw your hands out. We don't care cause we be here to do this, just let me be clear. If you wanna dance, somebody show me the kids. Big bro, can you give 'em some phone now? Ready? Give 'em a little bit. If you wanna dance, somebody show these kids. Big bro, can you give 'em some phone now? Ready? Give 'em a little bit.
Get the funk, y'all. Billy Ray Rock. Billy, we went a few minutes over, man, but we just want to definitely get that song in, man. Tell our listeners where they can go get you at quickly, man.
You can get me on my website, BillyRayRock.com. You can catch me on all forums and social media, Billy Ray Rock, and the number 1, YouTube, Billy Ray Rock. Just got my domain name there. Subscribe, check out my videos, all that. You can also find me on Facebook at Billy Ray Rock and 1, but you want to spell out the letter, the word 1, O-N-E. Go to my website, sign up, become a Ray Rocker. That's what I call all my fans. And check me out, man. I'm around.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. I really appreciate you taking time out to come through, chop it up with us, man. And please know you're welcome. Come back through anytime, man. We'd love to hear the rest of your music, man, and continue great success, which I know you're going to have plenty of it, man. Love your personality and attitude, man, and the realness, man. So just keep doing what you're doing.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you, man. Thank you all for listening.
And you stay safe out there. And for those that just joined us late, you could hear this entire show everywhere, all the platforms. You have no excuse. And if you have a little trouble finding it, don't forget, ask your mama, to ask your daddy, to ask the neighbor across the street, and he ask the milkman or the guy at the gas station. So it ain't no excuse for you not to hear the show. All right? And see you next week, same time, 2 p.m. PST. Much love to all you guys, and be safe.